Hello, everybody, welcome. Was a psych investigator, hello, everybody, welcome. But I was a psych investigator. Just happened to have these two crystals in my hands. I hope you're well on this lovely Saturday night. Here I am at the office. Here I am at the office. Okay. So, guys, how's life? How are things going? So, today I had an interesting experience with sending energy to Bo. I spoke to Cecilia doing this energy work because I do a lot of health readings specific with related to sort of, it's hard to explain. It's sort of like medical mysteries or something like that. But I can see through the body. It's hard to explain. Of course, I'm not a doctor. I'm not claiming uh, to substitute doctors at all, but it's really moving sometimes and it's very interesting. So we'll see. Everybody's sending us. So I want to send energy to everyone, really, because sometimes, guys, I feel like I want to do this. And I just want to do this, do a little segment in a little bit about this. Okay. Okay. And I just want to tell you an upcoming guest. I'm gonna have a little interview with someone. I had planned to do this a long time, which is just to have people that I meet on. They have different things going. Um, it's just they do very different things, and so it's very I find it very interesting. So the first person I'm gonna have on is Elspeth. Elspeth is originally from Australia, right? And she does these paintings. She does this healing paintings. It's very interesting. So we're gonna talk tomorrow, and then I'll make a video. Probably will make a video and talk, and then edit the whole thing. Um, so let me show you something she's done. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so this is, guys, a painting by Elspeth, a painting of Kamala Harris. Isn't that nice? So she sent me this painting ahead of the conversation that we're having tomorrow. And isn't it nice to just look at the image, right? Isn't it interesting? It's very, it's very encouraging. It's very exciting. It's very, let's see here. I'm here stealing this. No, I'm not stealing some. It's okay. I'm just gonna make myself a little small here. Okay. So, so because I find it very important to always keep the ultimate image in mind, to have this image of both the things we want to see. And this could be from the political realm and also the personal realm, the health realm, to picture ourselves as healed, if that is the case, to picture the country as changed and Kamala shining bright. Okay. So tomorrow I'll have by the way, it's not going to be on the video. It's going to be in the video at some point next week, but I just wanted to share this with you because it is very encouraging. Okay. All right. So let's go to trash. Don't pick it up. No, trash. There's a song by this band called the New York Dolls. I'm not gonna play it because it's gonna want to have to pay for whatever. Like you can't use the anytime you use songs, they will like put a strike on it for copyright. But you should it's a great song by the New York Dolls. The song's called Trash. Trash, won't pick it up. So that's what I would think about when I think of that man, that beautiful man. Orange. Orange is a great thing man. Yeah, great thing. Okay, so let me pause here so I can sharing information. Okay, let's see where I stop because I was talking. I don't know where it's. Okay, so I want to talk about this. So, so where do we even start, right? So Trump uh, made a statement today complaining to Walmart that they should not, because Walmart, what happens is Walmart made public statements that they will raise prices in response to tariffs. Trump got mad and made some spoke on his stupid platform that saying that instead of instead of acting like a business, they should act like, like they're afraid of him and cut and eat the costs. So you guys probably know this, that the Walmart is the company that has like the largest number of employees on um food stamps. So this is the company we're dealing with, right? A company that does not pay people enough to make a living. They're that cheap. So Trump thinks of this company just because he has a big mouth, they're going to bend over and do whatever he wants and basically go bankrupt. Because as we know, Trump has a lot of experience in going bankrupt, but then he goes to Russians and they prop him up, or Saudis or whatever. So this is a real company, and so the other thing I wanted to say is that I read somewhere that the margins of Walmart are 2.85%. So just so you guys have an idea, businesses usually that sell physical goods, and especially mass market, have very low margins. So margins is how, if you don't know this, right, is what you make after all the costs have been uh, factored in. Just so as an example, software famously has very high margins, sometimes 80%. So so this is a different, like, and usually any retail related business have low margins for a variety of reasons, but it's a very low margin business. So those types of business are very, very aware of costs of everything. So it's just the nature of that type of business. Of course, it's not that I'm defending Walmart because it's a horrible. I don't think that they should be allowed to do what they do. That we taxpayers actually underwrite Walmart at the end of the day, because people don't make enough money, so they get food stamps, which they should get because they can eat. Can you imagine? So, so anyway, so here comes Trump and whines about it. Meanwhile, Walmart has 2.85% margins. So, and these people are horrible. I think the family that owns Walmart is like hardcore Republican, right? So, so let's look into the situation. Okay, so let me do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection. A beautiful ray of lights coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I'll step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I step into it. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and only the good for the good people, the good for the good people. Okay, so, okay, so, so let me ask here, what is going to happen with this? Who's going to win this, Walmart or Trump? I think it's hilarious. It's not hilarious, it's not the right word, but it's just, okay, so what's happening? So, okay, it's so funny that Misha get is like, he's like, boom, 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 boom. It's like, it sounds like a chicken, but it was like, that's what boom, 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 boom. And then it's like he's like a balloon, a chicken balloon. So he's basically just like a this gesture jester. It's not that, it's I mean, I feel I really I apologize to animals when I compare him to them, because animals are greater creatures. They have more dignity, they have more purity than this creature, orange creature. But that's so funny. This gonna it says something. Walmart's gonna be like, aren't they from? I think they're are they from Alabama? Erica's. We're gonna get ready to fry the orange chicken. We're gonna put him right on the menu. He's talking too much. Talking too much, orange man. Time to get the oil hot and fry that chicken. So anyway, so I see him like the balloon that is a chicken balloon is full of air. So what Walmart and the executives from Walmart dress in executive clothes, and they see this chicken balloon and they get a pin. I have the pin tags. Let's see if I have one here like this. It just has a deeper needle and they whoop, pop the balloon. Ooh. So balloons pop. So yeah, they definitely they look at him again like this chicken. Oh, but I have a question. Are they afraid of him? No, they laugh. Oh, and see, and they're telling me, Rose, you know what they've done? They have violated the most important law of Republican presidents. You're supposed to help the business community. You're not supposed to act like you live in a communist country. I'm sorry, I don't know where this accent comes from, because we're counting them dollars. All right. So, so they're it's so interesting. The vision is very clear. They don't care. They're popping that balloon, popping the orange balloon. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So sorry about that, Mr. Trump. Sorry about that. Mm, mm. So, speaking of trash, we'll back it up. All right. Trump to speak to Putin and Zelenskyy in fresh peace bid. U.S. President says he will hold calls on Monday in attempt to end Ukraine bloodbath. Donald Trump has said he will speak to Vladimir Putin and Zelenskyy on Monday to end the bloodbath between their two countries after the Russian president skipped peace talks he had initiated with his Ukrainian counterpart. So, knowing what we know about his dependence on Putin, and I think, and yes, based on also the prediction and this. Sorry, the prediction is that right? Yeah, I think I still see this being the thing that takes him down. Let's see. Is this because this is the direction that I perceive things going, right? We're going in this direction where let's see. Okay, going in this direction. Let's see. Right. You understand what I'm saying, right, guys? That I'm seeing that Trump is eventually gonna have to ask the military to come and help him, help bloody people. So what is going to happen on Monday? He will speak to. Okay, so what's not going to happen to on Monday? Show me. while I see this image of Trump on like he's on the phone or whatever, whichever. No, it's a phone thing. And and then immediately he's like, whatever Putin has on him, he shows me this image of Putin holding a picture of Trump, a compromising photo of Trump. Obviously, it's not likely to happen as he's on the phone, but this is where the conversation is led to. And immediately he collapses. Trump collapses, meaning he will do whatever Putin asks because it's a compromise and their long-standing relationship. He knows exactly how to manipulate Trump. So I see that they have a conversation first, and then Zelenskyy joins the call. And again, and Zelensky's like drops the phone, like not literally, but it's just like this such bullshit. I'm so tired of this crap. And again, it shows me that then it shows me Putin with a like remote control of Trump. He has the power to control Trump and make him do what he wants. Oh, and I see that he's telling Trump, or not literally right, but something along the lines of, listen, we are friends for years. We knowing each other. You understanding? We must win war here. You understanding? At the same time, we have a picture of president, a big president man. Orange man, big. But little people know the big president has little people as small. How Rosie is such an a-hole. She laughs her own jokes. No, but as soon as I have to go back here. I'm not sure, but I get I get into the character situation. No, but really, it's not saying literally that, but that's what I'm picking up. Okay, so big president, little tip, little pipi. He like pipi. I golden showers. I understanding. I knowing what you liking. I know it. I have information. I have it. So you understanding what going to happen. What is going to happen is you do what I want. You doing what I want. You walking your little leg one step after other. Walking a little leg to military and tell them you need the airplane for us here, Raf. You needing. So that's right. And I see that he makes another humiliating comments to Zelenskyy. And Zelenskyy, I feel like Zelenskyy doesn't say much. He doesn't respond much because he knows the system. Guys, imagine being Zelenskyy. It's upsetting for us, imagine for Zelenskyy, because he knows the guy is owned by Putin. And he can't say, like, imagine if Zelenskyy was like, stop, shut your damn mouth. Like, I honestly, I don't understand. Why can't one person say it to his face? It really shows me Letitia James did it to him, and he hates it. But that's what people should do. I have something to say. Shut your damn mouth. Shut your damn mouth. Shut your damn mouth. Somebody has to say it to him. I don't honestly, guys. Something I do not comprehend. Not one person has courage. Just say it to his face. Just say it. What's so hard about it? But I honestly, this is what is hard for Zelenskyy. It's this ridiculous charade. We know what the BS is about. And then he has to be like, So he hangs up and just goes, and then I see that he calls NATO, he calls the German president, like, yeah, talk to Assad, the same BS as always. And then they're like cross their arms. Now, so what is going to happen afterwards? Because again, no, I see that I feel like towards they say it's going to escalate throughout the week. Again, Trump attacking Zelenskyy again, and they're trying to. I feel like there's so much pressure on Trump from Putin to again change the. Sorry, um, sorry, change the order. Oh, got a as a cold. No, I don't have a cold. Some maybe some allergy or something, but anyway, it's this. Okay, it's this. It's a situation. Okay, this is that. And so it's saying escalation, escalation. Okay, then it shows me Mark Rutte, and then two of these black, is that, those black airplanes that fly really fast? Okay, and then I got this image, so specific. So you guys know I watched a documentary. So there was this very famous, there was document, many documentaries about 9/11. But one of them, relatively recent documentaries about 9/11, featured the pilots that were instead of driving, piloting, I guess, that I think it's the jets that were protecting the George Bush after 9/11 because he had to be on air. Nobody could know where he was. And among them, there was a woman. Okay. And I think she also, it's like this blonde woman who was a pilot. And so reminds me of a Top Gun. But no, she's just, so it shows me her. So it's the type of airplane that she was flying. Why are these two jets? Why do I see these jets? And NATO, we're intercepting them, Rosie. Oh, there's gonna be a big wow, look. Guys, I don't want to give you, I feel like I don't want to give you, I have to tell you what I see. But sometimes, but I'm gonna tell you, but I also am like, I don't want to give people false hope or something. But I see again this thing that reminds me of stuff I've seen before, that there's these jets that NATO intercepts these jets. And remember how I saw also that there would be a moment when NATO would finally do something. And I wonder if it's coordinated with stopping Trump. So even if it means that at the moment when Trump is removed, they do something, I don't quite know. It's honestly so unpredictable. There's so much going on. I pray for light and pray for peace. Because again, the other day I was complaining, right? How much more do the people, the country, I I am a victim. I only attack countries. I only burn the bill. The guy burns airplanes that he sends. What else does he do? Does he need to do? Like seriously, it's exhausting that this guy just gets away with this BS. Time to put an end to this. Okay, let's get real. Let's let's bust the bubble. Let's pin the orange bubble, chicken bubble, not bubble, balloon. Because by the way, this mistake I made, bubble and balloon, because in Portuguese it's the same word. Bolha, balão. But no, it's similar. Actually, no, it's different. But you understand, right? Burst the bubble. Burst that bubble. That's right. So spirit. That's right. See this flower, this spirit coming to show us. What is it? Wow, I see this beautiful image, guys. Almost as if it's the Virgin Mary or something coming. This beautiful light. You know the image of like is it Universal Pictures where you have this woman, the beautiful woman with this thing coming, something like that. It looks a bit like this. And then she shows me Kamala again. She's blessed. And also this image of a birth, but it's saying the birth of a new America. It's coming. So wow, guys, I got this image. Okay, am I obsessed about Kamala Harris? I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. I just got something kind of amazing. Of course, we know Is this Virgin Mary? But Kamala, she doesn't have kids, but she's the mother of the new America. That's what I'm being shown. Doesn't make sense. America is her child. She's caring for America as a child. It's a child that she's raising. So anyway, interesting. Oh, speaking of that, let's discuss interesting topic. Let's pause here to go to something else. So interesting information. So speaking of Kamala Harris, and by the way, this is a right-wing newspaper owned by Murdoch. Owner of largest antebellum mansion in the South hopes to rebuild after devastating fire. As some celebrate its destruction, it's funny they use the word antebellum mansion instead of saying plantation. Okay. The owner of the largest remaining antebellum mansion in the South, which burned to the ground this week, hopes the 166-year-old home will rise again. Fire officials believe that the cause of the Nottoway plantation blaze was electrical and not suspicious. William Daniel Dias, an attorney and preservationist, told the Post. So, guys, immediately when I saw the part about I have to tell you, I know somebody several people sent me messages. Someone said something about the second floor and had said that it's a fire started the second floor. I didn't know much about it. I read headlines. I love the memes, but I didn't know any details. But now that I've read, it's not okay. How do I even start? Electrical, guys. Electrical is the realm of spirit. So I'll just tell you anecdote. Is that right? Okay. So when I first started this journey, it's funny, 10 years ago. Is that right? 10 years ago. I think it was 2015. I was in a kind of a bad situation. Like my life it was really rough. Okay. I was not in the, well, sorry. And it was right before I diagnosed with ADHD and before I was medicated. And it was really hard, my life at that moment. And I had lost somebody who was my art teacher, one of my art teachers in college, Barbara, her name was. And I had received the news and I was devastated. And around that time, I had started doing this like spirit writing, I used to call it. I used to just it wasn't exactly automatic writing. It was just like I would sort of communicate to spirit through writing. Like I had this, I don't even know, I think it's actually in some Google document somewhere. I don't even know where. But the point is that this was when things started. And I believe that Barbara came to me. I started seeing all this electricity blink, like boom, 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 like lights go like on and off. And I have to say, I knew that she was communicating with me and that she was saying it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Thank you, Barbara. Wherever you are, she died of cancer. God bless her. Okay. And so bless you, Barbara. She's saying hello. Oh, she had a dog named Reggie's here. She's saying Reggie's her dog. She had a dog. He died many years before she passed, but I remember him and she's like, Reggie's here, and her cat is there too. She had a cat too. So everything she's like, anyway, so Robert, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to continue the video, okay? But I love seeing you. It's great to see you. Thank you for your beautiful energy. She's pointing the heart, open the heart. Okay. So anyway, so she could, yes, it was me, she's saying. It was the hearts blinking so hard. And Barbara had just passed around that, like not that long ago, really, not even a year when this was happening. So what I mean to say is this: the spirits got it done. Oh yeah, and if I'm saying this example of Barbara because Barbara was not that experienced in the spirit, like in the spiritual realm. But over there, you're dealing with, and I get goosebumps. I say this, you're dealing with the highest level of spirits. They're like decided to get us together. You're gonna, you have to listen to this message. You don't get it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. I'm coming back. So they focused because I'm telling you guys, there is such a thing as like their spirits have the ability to affect electricity. Okay, but the question I had just now on my brain is, if spirits have the ability to affect electricity, why can't they just like do something with trash? Say, of those people. Why can't you guys do something about those motherfuckers? Okay, I'm sorry to say this. They're still around. Can you somebody do something? Now that there's okay, it's saying that there's some departments who try to interfere, but we can't do everything. And they're saying there's a whole lot of ghosts over there in the White House. And they're messing up with Elon Musk also, they're saying. But anyway, come back here. So yes. And it's a message. Oh, wow. Okay. Guys, I'm getting something very interesting about, remember I went on the tour. Guys, so much happens, right? And I showed you that video and I don't know if I told you about the things I got. There's some about, because I need to go back. It tells me I need to go back there. But there are some things that that came up. And I feel like I didn't have quite as much of an answer. Okay, so when I went there, the first place that I was on the tour was the Bowling Green. And it's very, very, the very bottom of Manhattan, very close to the, I think, South Seaport around there. And the first thing I picked up, I tried to find, is this image of these slaves carrying this ship on shore, and there all this mud below them. Like there was this mud and things were sinking. There was a ship that they were obviously like, how could you pull a ship? But this is this is what they were doing. And I told you, I never forgot this experience when I was near Southern District. I saw this colonial spirit, African American, also saying that we have to do justice by what, like, that this is essentially the core, and I get was one of what's wrong with this country. That there's the justice hasn't been correctly applied. And that those people, it's the same people that are in power today here in this country. It's the people that never accepted the end of slavery. It's a civil war still, like continuing. So so he's saying in a way, this person. So when I get what I'm saying to you guys is that I get the experiences I had then and what I'm seeing here, that America is not going to find peace. By peace, I mean like right, we get to the next level until everything is exposed. Because those people never faced the justice they should have had. They should have, right? So it's really very interesting that that's right. It's a sign. I think spirit is 100% involved in this. And it's telling me that I forgot, there was a lake, I think in Georgia, that they built this lake on top of burial ground, African American burial grounds. They decided to just create like artificial lake, and that a lot of people lose their lives. So there's a lot of accidents, and the lake is kind of like, and like, come on, hello, people do things, and then they don't understand the consequences, right? So, so this is it. It's saying there's a lot of power on the other side. And it's a reminder to these people that they're not God. Just because you're petty and human, it doesn't mean that God agrees. So, so this makes sense. But it's saying it's not, it may sound kind of harsh what I'm saying, what I'm seeing, but it's not. It's like it's that the people doesn't make sense, that the crux of the issue here really is slavery. because it's those people that, you know, how the interesting thing about, not interesting, but the creepy and horrible thing about the why apartheid? Because it's the closest thing you have to some kind of slavery, right? Does it make sense? It was like, and guys, apartheid, I think it came, was it? It always, I think it got so worse after the civil rights. It was just awful. And it was this one thing that was happening that they feel like it's quote unquote modern. It doesn't have the connotations that just saying Jim Crow has. But this is why they love it and they welcome it. And all those people from South Africa thought that they have to bring this, what they want to bring back that level of the society that has that kind of thing, but it's not working. It is not going to work. Mm-mm. No, it's not going to work. They just have to have some many seats, got many jails, and it's St. Rosa, they're going to build a lot of jails for these people. There's a lot of people that are going to put in jail. So those my guys, those are rants, but but does make sense. This is the beginning of justice. Okay. The beginning, really. From the spiritual, this, and the guys, you know, I really believe it at this time we're living. Spirit's gonna start intervening. Spirit's gonna start intervening. Okay. And those people and trash and his government is feeling it. Okay. So anyway, so there's that. Well, no, really. But I have to go back, guys. By the way, did I show you? Maybe I'll show you. I got this thing. Okay, I can show you this. It's so strange. I got this neck thing. It's a very strange thing. It's like a necklace. Okay, hold on. My phone. I had to find my phone. Oh, so it's this necklace thing. You put your phone here. It's magnetic. So let me show you. So it clips on very easily. Okay. And you walk, or what's good about it is you walk around and it films everything as you're walking. Now I have a little, thing. It's not flat. So what happens? I have to kind of hold it because sometimes it bounces a little. It bounces a little because it's right here. But the point, it's very still. I don't have to hold the phone when I'm walking. It is not. There's some that you put on your head. I'm like, that's too much for me. I look a little too ridiculous with that. That I can't do. But this I can't handle. Okay. So what I mean to say is that I'm ready now to go make videos. I have to do it next week. Okay, that's the next stage. But I'm going to do that to try to get information about all of this history and all of that. Okay, so that was that for today. Interesting, no? Okay, all right. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, bye.
Prayer and energy time. Let's use this time to send energy to people healing and going through complex health challenges. Their bodies need the energy we send them. Bo, recuperating from intestinal surgery at the Mount Sinai Hospital, battling cancer and winning. I spoke to her today and I felt her mother telling me she will survive and thrive. Cecilia, her sister, visits her daily. Cecilia is herself also battling cancer, and she's also winning. Bella is also undergoing cancer treatment. Let's envision her pain free and 100% cancer free. Treatment. Let's send Bo, Cecilia, and Bella energy. Bo, Cecilia, and Bella are fully healed, full of energy, cancer free, and proud to tell this story of great health and recovery. Okay, so just going to be silent for a bit as I send them energy right now. And I hope you do the same. And also, you can think of others that you know, your loved ones, someone that you feel may be in need of energy and focus on them. Okay? Okay, so let's start. I'll be silent here for a little bit. Thank you again. Let's create this circle of energy around them. And so it is.